Everything you are experiencing today is the result of what you have believed up until now. And what you will experience tomorrow will depend entirely on what you decide to believe today. If you believe it, you create it. There are people who have achieved extraordinary things, not because they were the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest, but because they believed the most. They believed in their ideas, they believed in their dreams, and above all, they believed in themselves. Even when no one else did, you are made of something greater than your fears. Your potential has no limits, except those that you accept for yourself, and that within you there is a force that, if activated, can completely transform your life. I do not promise you that it will be easy, but I assure you that it is worth it because what comes after this moment depends on one thing: that you choose to believe, and when you believe, you believe. Do you know what great leaders, great entrepreneurs, and great athletes have in common? They all started out as ordinary people, with doubts, with mistakes, with moments of darkness, but they made a decision. They stopped seeing themselves as victims and began to see themselves as creators. When you look in the mirror and decide to trust in who you are, in what you know, in what you can learn, your life changes. Because faith in yourself is contagious. It's like a spark that ignites everything you touch. Your words change, your posture changes, your energy changes, and the world begins to respond differently. You don't need the world to give you permission. You just need to give yourself permission. Permission to dream, to try, to fail, to try again. Because when you believe it's possible, the universe moves, doors open, opportunities come, but it all starts in your mind. Visualize success. Before you have it in your hands, you have to have it in your mind. Before you achieve it in reality, you have to see it with the eyes of your soul. That's visualizing success. Great champions don't win on competition day. They win every time they see themselves training, sweating, moving forward in their head. Every time you visualize yourself crossing the finish line, hearing the applause, feeling the pride, your victory begins in your mind and yours can too. Take a moment, close your eyes, imagine your ideal life. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you sharing that moment with? What emotions are running through your body? This is not just any dream. This is your north, your compass, your destination if you dare to walk towards it. Visualization is not fantasy, it is a focusing tool, because when you see your goal clearly, you begin to make decisions that bring you closer to it. You begin to act as if it were already real, and little by little it becomes real. Don't ask yourself if it is possible. Ask yourself how you would do it if it were already a reality. Live as if you were already that person. Talk like her, move like her, think like her, because the more you connect with that version of yourself, the faster it becomes true. Every morning visualize it, feel that it is already yours, because if you see it with enough strength, if you desire it with enough passion, and if you work with discipline, it is a matter of time, because if you believe it, you create it. Break limiting beliefs. It is not what happens to you, it is what you believe about what happens to you. Your thoughts are what build your chains or your wings. Since we are little, we are filled with phrases like, "That is not for you, not everyone can achieve it. Better something safe than dreaming too much." Quote. And without realizing it, we keep repeating those ideas as if they were absolute truths. But they are not. They are just mental programs. And if a program was installed, it can also be replaced. Do you know what the worst prison is? The one without bars, the one that lives inside your head. The one that says, "I'm not good enough, I'm unlucky, I always fail." Those are the voices you need to silence, because they don't come from your essence, they come from fear. You weren't born with limits, you learned them, and today is the time to unlearn them, to look them in the eye and say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I don't need them anymore." Because today you choose to move forward, even if you have doubts. Today you choose to believe, even if the world says you don't. Do you want to know if you have a limiting belief? Look at any area of your life where you're not growing, where you feel frustration, stagnation, pain. There's a hidden idea there that needs to be questioned. What are you telling yourself? And what would happen if you changed that story? Imagine that each thought is a seed. What are you planting in your mind? Excuses or possibilities, fear or anger, doubt or faith, because what you sow grows, and if you change your mindset, you change your destiny. Repeat after me: I am not my past beliefs. I am not my mistakes. I am not what I was told I was. I am what I choose to be from this moment on. Because if you believe it, you create it. Discipline and daily action. Motivation ignites you, but discipline builds you. It's easy to feel inspired one day. The hard part is taking action when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when no one is applauding you. That's where real results are born. Success isn't an explosion, it's an accumulation. It's the result of small decisions made every day when no one is looking. It's choosing to move forward even an inch when most give up. Discipline is getting up when your alarm goes off. It's doing the work even if there's no immediate reward. It's practicing when no one is forcing you. It's eating better, thinking better, moving better, because you know that every step counts. And yes, it's hard at first, because your mind wants you comfortable, it wants you the same, but every time you choose action over excuses, you become stronger, more reliable, more unstoppable. Do you want to change your life? Change your day. Get organized, prioritize, stop reacting and start creating. Have a plan that's not perfect, no, but yours, because an imperfect plan executed with discipline is worth more than 100 brilliant ideas that never come true. Ask yourself every morning, what specific action brings me closer to my goal today? Write it down, do it, repeat it, and at the end of the month, the year, the decade, you will realize that it was not magic, it was perseverance, it was discipline, it was intention. You do not need to do gigantic things, you just need to do the right thing every day, because if you do it enough, if you insist enough, success is not a possibility, it is a consequence. Remember this, because here is the heart of the message. If you believe it and do it every day, you create it. Overcome failure. Failure hurts and no one wants to talk about the pain. But failure is not the enemy. The real enemy is giving up. How many times have you said to yourself, this was not for me? How many times have you given up just when you were closest to achieving it? Not because you couldn't, but because fear, shame, or exhaustion got the better of you. But listen to this carefully. Every person you admire has failed, lost money, made mistakes, doubted themselves, and still kept going. Why? Because they understood that failure doesn't define your worth, it defines your direction. Failure isn't falling. Failure is staying on the ground, believing that that's where you belong. You were born to fly, and every fall, if you look at it closely, is a lesson in disguise, a tool, a message of adjustment. Every time you fail, you have two paths. Wallow in guilt or build on the experience. Choose the latter. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I improve? What will I do differently next time? Because as long as you learn, you never lose. Don't compare yourself to anyone. No one is walking your exact path. No one knows how many times you had to start over. But I will tell you this. Every time you do, you become stronger, wiser, more worthy of your own respect. Don't fear failure. Fear the empty days, the excuses repeated, the dreams deferred, because as long as you're trying, as long as you're moving, you're still winning. Stand up, dust yourself off, look yourself in the mirror and say, yes, I failed, but I'm not finished. This is just the beginning, because if you believe it, even in your darkest moments, you will believe it. Quote. The power of your environment. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's not just a nice phrase, it's a reality that shapes the way you think, feel, and act. If you're surrounded by complaints, negativity, excuses, and fear, that rubs off on you. It changes your language, your mood, and your focus. But if you surround yourself with people who dream, who do, who fall, get up, and vibrate high, you too rise. Without realizing it, you start to speak differently, to walk differently, to think big. It's not about judging others. It's about protecting your energy, taking care of your mind as if it were your greatest treasure, because it is. If you fill your space with noise, doubt, toxicity, you can't expect clarity, creativity, and faith. Look at your environment right now. Does it drive you or limit you? Does it fill you or drain you? Does it make you grow or make you feel small? Maybe it's time to set boundaries, to choose with intention, to create new spaces. And if you don't have inspiration around you, look for it. Read them, listen to them, watch their videos, make them your remote mentors. Today, more than ever, you can build your tribe from scratch. A tribe that pushes you, that challenges you, that reminds you who you are when you forget. Because wanting to change is not enough. You have to cultivate an environment where that change is possible. And you have the power to choose that environment. You can build it, nurture it, or defend it, because your future depends on it more than you think. Surround yourself with greatness and your mind will begin to expand on its own. Because if you live among people who believe, who create, who move forward, sooner or later you will too. And then you will see it clearly again. If you believe it, you create it. Gratitude as a driving force. We want more, we dream of more, and that's okay. But sometimes in the search for what's next, we forget what we already have, and that's where gratitude comes in. Gratitude is not conformity, it's awareness. It's looking around and saying, thank you for this and I'm still going for more. Because when you are grateful, you get in tune with abundance and abundance attracts more abundance. Have you noticed that when you are grateful everything flows differently? Your energy changes, your attitude improves, your mind opens up. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions you can train. And the best part is that it doesn't cost anything, it just requires attention. Be grateful for what you have overcome, for the times you thought you couldn't do it anymore and kept going, for the people who were there, for those who left and left you with lessons, for every step you took, even if you were trembling. Make gratitude a habit. Write down 3 things each day that you are grateful for. Look at them, feel them, and you will see how your reality begins to change, because you stop seeing what is missing and begin to recognize everything that you already are. And here is the secret. When you are grateful from the heart, even for what you don't yet have, you begin to attract it, because the universe responds to the vibration of someone who already feels blessed. Gratitude does not take away your hunger to grow, it multiplies it, because now you move forward from a place of fullness, not a place of lack. And that's when the magic happens, when you're grateful for what you have while you create what you want. Because if you believe it, you create it, and if you're grateful for it, you attract it. You are the creator of your reality. It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what you've been told, it doesn't matter what you've failed at, it matters what you decide to do from now on, because you are the creator of your reality. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are an architect with immense power, the power to choose, to take an idea and turn it into action, to transform a desire into discipline, to look at chaos and still build peace. Every word you say, every habit you repeat, every thought you feed, all of that is creating, all of that is sculpting you, and when you realize that, you awaken. You awaken to the power that was always in you. Not in the government, not in your boss, not in your parents, in you. You decide how to respond. You decide how to rise up. You decide what story to tell about your life. Stop waiting for the world to change before you start moving. Start today from where you are, with what you have, because if you wait for the perfect moment, it will never come. But if you make it perfect with your intention, you will create it. It is your moment, the moment to take control of the helm, to stop living on autopilot, to turn on that vision that you have inside and walk towards it step by step, not to impress anyone, not to prove anything, but because you are worth it. This world needs the bravest, most conscious, most awakened version of you. You did not come just to survive, you came to create, to leave your mark, to elevate your life and the lives of those around you. So repeat after me. I am the creator of my reality. I have the power to change. I am not limited by my past. I move forward. I build. I create. Because if I believe it, I believe it. Believe, create, live and remember, if you believe it, you create it. Yeah.